Hello everybody, Photojunky here from Photojunky's Drone Zone. In this video, I am going to be installing this K&N airflow system into my old GTI. The state I just moved from was California, and everything is illegal in California. In this state, there are no smog laws, so I can do this perfectly legally. So, it should be good. All right, well, I got everything out on the table. I got some of the brackets, the air filter, bag of hardware. This would probably be the hardest part, is trying to figure out which bolt is the right one. This, pretty much know it's going to go on one end of the tube. Pretty straightforward. And directions is something every guy likes. Pictures. Alrighty, so let's get started on this. I'll have to start taking apart the car. So these are some of the tools you're gonna need, and this is nice that they actually made you a list. That way you don't have to figure out everything. And I've got most of it ready to go. So this whole piece of plastic has to come out, and to get it out, there's just a couple things you have to do. You have to take off this clamp here, pull this out, remove this clip here. I'm going to leave the oxygen sensor inside this tube just for protection. I'm sorry, this is an oxygen sensor, it's an airflow sensor. Little T20 bolt in there, and I'm just going to use my little extension wrench here. Yay, got it off. Right, next I'm going to take out the flow sensor lead. Be real careful with these things because they do get very brittle over time. Next, just undo the clip here. Right, now we're ready to take this whole thing off. I believe there's 4 rubber mounts, and you basically just prime up. That's that. All right, so next thing I got to do is I got to take off this hose here. And if you look down there, hopefully it'll work. It's just a clip like what I took off initially from the beginning. So I'm going to get out my large pliers and see if I can get it off. All right, not really a whole lot of room to get in there, so I'm just going to take this piece off if I can, just to get it out of the way. There we go. All right, needle nose didn't work. Got out a bigger wrench here. Hopefully this will do the trick. All right, so I got the clamp off, which is this clamp right here. Now I'm just trying to get this, kind of just brute force. Okay, it's moving. Ah, there we go. Hopefully that's going to be the hardest part. All right, now we are ready to start putting things in the car. Like I said, taking it apart, usually the easy part. Of course, there's always a snag, but so a little advice, refer to your instructions. The part I just took off requires hose clamp 36 and hose clamp 34. Well, if you look really closely, you'll see a hose clamp 36 and I don't know if it's going to focus or whether you'll be able to see it, but that's hose clamp 44. So now it is time to take off the airflow sensor. Be careful with it. Any electrical component you need to be really careful with. Now we're going to install the mass airflow sensor back into their tube. They do provide hardware, So save your old hardware just in case something bad happens and you need to put all the parts back on. And I marked mine, my airflow sensor, top is top. Well, for now I'm just going to put it on so it can move around a little bit because I'm really not sure exactly which direction it will be sitting once it's in there. Alright, I am a bit dyslexic. I really am, actually. So I've been staring at this thing for like 10 minutes, and I believe this is how it goes. So I just did a count of my hardware, and it looks like I am under what I'm supposed to have. There's some stuff missing. So for this, I'm just going to use my own. I have some advertised aircraft quality hardware. So for a little heat shield, it should be fine. All right, now they are having us reinstall our fresh air duct. Now, if you can see, the housing is actually broken where the screw goes in, so I'm just going to throw in a large washer and the screw, and that should really fix it. Now we're putting the heat shield in place. So they tell you to use clamp number 36 on this. It's a real tight fit, so loosen it up all the way, put it on the tube, and then you're going to, hope you can see, down here, you're going to work it on that tubing down there. And you'll have to move it back and forth and line it up in a way where you can screw that in easily. You're going to have to tighten it a bit down there, so make sure you can get a screwdriver or wrench on it. Next, attach this bracket here. I'm not going to make it too tight yet, just in case I have to move it around. Yeah, it should be good. So now, we're installing this and we're getting there. You do not want to put this tube too far down. You want to just make sure it's just at the base here, or else I am told you will lose efficiency. All right, one thing I didn't see in the instructions is removing this. And I'm pretty sure you have to remove it. So, 10 millimeter, come from underneath. All right, now we are ready to try to make this thing fit. I don't expect it to fit easily the first time. Murphy's Law. Almost. Oh, got it. All right, big picture. Little sunny. Been down here a while. Got to get that clamp on. Got to do the clamp we just did down there. And that C-clamp, it's got a bolt on down by the turbo intake. And we are almost done. Leave everything loose when you're starting out. That way you can get everything into position. Not enough room. Have to come back. All right, it's working. We'll have to plug in our oxygen sensor. Round end should go towards the turbo. All right, start it up and see what happens.